All right, so now here, can I start now?
Please, yeah, thank you.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for inviting this conference and give me the time to show my math teaching, planning, and feedbacks. And also, so I appreciate joining and to listen to my talk. Okay, so today, I want to talk about the math teaching, planning, and feedback for the. So now here, as we know, so the last spring semester, so we have had hard time transferring from the face-to-face to class to the virtual class like this. So here, I want to introduce how did I change the teaching format from the face-to-face class to the virtual class like this. So here, in this case, we have to transition to the teaching mode like this. So here, face-to-face class, so we gather in the classroom and have group study like this. So here, the first and second picture like this, and here's the student gather and discuss with discuss about the problem, and sometimes some of them presentation, solve the problem and show their colleagues like this. But now here, so we have only this like screen and we just can see others face from each other. Yeah, that is a very bad things like that. However, but we have to do. But now here, I want to talk about 3 challenges to convert from the face-to-face to virtual class like this. The first one is the attendance, and second one is the assignment, and the last one is the exam. But the first thing, so the attendance, so I just separate 2 tracks because in this case, so here in each class, there are several kind of students. So some students, so international students, they're who living in the different location. That means so we have some big time difference between here and their location. Because of that, so I couldn't make the policies the attendance point when they are joining in the regular time, because some of them is very late night or sometimes very early morning like this. That's why I just separate 2 tracks. The first one is I record the lecture videos and then upload the Moodle, web-based learning systems. And then here, student can watch the recorded lecture note videos and can prepare the Zoom meeting like this. And then after that, so here I want allow students focus on the watching the recording video. To do so I just encourage students upload their note file when watching video. So here, based on this, I gave the student the attendance point like this. And then after that, so here some student can attend the Zoom meeting for each regular class time. But this is not obligation. So if they have some big difference, big time difference, and then they do not have to come to Zoom meeting, but sometimes they have some question and they have some trouble, and then they can join the Zoom meeting freely, and then to talk about that. And then, but here, in the Zoom meeting, what I did that is, firstly, I review lecture video. And the second is I solved several related problems more. And then, I gave students some tips how to solve the homework problems like that. So that is the main point. So now here, I want to show some screenshots and example or samples of my student. So this is a screenshot of recording lecture. So here, my lecture screen is like this. In this case, the left side, this whiteboard is used by my iPad. So here the Zoom meeting. So Zoom can share the iPad screen like this. And I just make a student feel that they watch the whiteboard or blackboard like this. And the next one is here some student the writing something when watch the video. This is the example student note. So here this is the product quotient like this, and then when watching the video they just writing something and then take a picture and transport to PDF file and upload again on the Moodle. So now here, I can check their notes in the Moodle, so I can check how the process, so students really understand the kind of concept or not like this. And then, so now here after that, so as I told you, so we have some regular Zoom meeting like this. In this case, I also using my iPad and sharing the Zoom meeting. And then, so here I can write down something and explain something like that, and giving students some tips for the homework like this. Okay, so this is the attendance part. And second, so here I also had to change the homework policy and format like this. So here the homework, so I all the time so giving the student. That means the here, so I just have the 3 times a week for the class. That means I just gave students 3 times 3 homeworks per week like this. But for some sense, so it is a very, very so big burden for the student. But now here for each problem, each homework, I just gave student 2 or 3 problems, sometimes 5 problems at most. So now here, so in this case, so the student can solve the problem so after watching the video. But so sometimes they having trouble, and so at that time so they join the Zoom meeting and they get help. But so from this like 2 process, they still couldn't and having trouble, they can join another Zoom meeting, the STEM guide tutor, and get help. So after this case, so they can complete it and upload their answer files, like the lecture, the note for the lecture video, and on the Moodle like this. After that, so here, so I want to give the students some feedbacks for their answers. So now here's I check grade and then uploading the grading file on the Moodle. So but now here's I also using the touch screen laptop, so the Lenovo Yoga, and then at that case I can use my pen and the grading and giving the feedback like this. So here, this is another example. So some of them is has the perfect answer like this, and then so I just give the full score without any comment. But some of them is just writing some only answers, and then so I just give some comment like this using my so touch screen laptop like this. Okay, this is the assignment part. Next one is, so here's the last one is the exam. But exam is the most hardest part for me because here I couldn't find how to grade, how to find the cheating ones. But now here, so honestly, so I still couldn't find them. But in this case, so here the pandemic, the virtual class, also here's the in-class on time. So test is impossible, I recognize. So that's why I just changed it like this. So here, so I changed the format like this. So every home exam is taken with exam. And each one has, they had the 2 days, the 48 hours to complete the work. But now here's a little bit more, many exam, 4 midterm exams, 1 final exam like this. But everyone is open book, open note. And there are 10 problems for each exam. But in case, so here, I little bit make the problem the level higher than so the in-class class, because now here they have some sufficient time to complete the work, and so that's why I just some problem level up. But here's the main point is that so students should write every step of how to reach out the final step, final answers. If not, they have some deduction, even though they have the right answer. But this kind of work sometimes at first time so makes students very, very confused because they just thought that the answer was right. However, they some got the deduction. But so here, at first several weeks, I tried to explain why they have to write down like this, logically and clearly like this. Okay. And this is the homework, and next one is, so here that's some examples. So here that the one of the best student in my class, and the students write down like this. Everything is clear and logically write down like this. Okay, so now here until now, so I just talked about how to transit. So from the face-to-face class to virtual class. Then after that, so I want to show what is the result for the first one is the average final exam. So in this case, I just want to compare with the 2 years ago, so for semester 2018. So here's I have taught the same class, same sections. So math 151, calculus 1 class. But in this case, let's look at the left side. The fact-based class, the average final score is 84 and 80.6. But now here's the virtual class, the average score is a little bit higher than the past grade. The reason I think is that, so here, they may have some sufficient time to complete all work. And then, so the 2 days, 48 hours, that's why they have the much better result like this. However, so when considering the distribution of the final grade, so that means that we include everything, include the attendance point, the assignment point, and the past 4 written exam, and the final grade like that. And then, so here, so when comparing two grade distributions, so almost similar like that. And so the first of all, so here, so we can consider the DWF, the rate, so it's 13% and 11%, almost same like this. So this is the main point like this. And finally, so here I want to introduce the evaluation and the feedback for the past 4 semester 2020. So in this case, the score is not bad. And then, but so here, so I just choose some positive comment and the negative comment like this. The positive comment, so the first one is, so students like the lecture videos prior to the class. And then so they can prepare the Zoom meeting, they can solve the homework problem like this. And the second one is the flexibility. So here the flexibility is very, very important, I think. So here, many students, so I have seen that many students are having trouble and so stressful for this like pandemic. But giving some flexibility to the student, they make students some leave their stress and not giving up, keep following the class successfully and pass the course like that. And the last one is the new learning environment. So like this. But the positive, negative comments, negative comment means that we should improve something. So here, some of them dislike the totally, so asynchronized the class like this. But because of that, so we never have the opportunity to form in-person relationships. So this is, I also very, very sorry, but right now, so there is no way that I can do. But here, so I try to make more, okay? So make more some good in-person relationship, so next semester. And the second one is some of them dislike the many homework assignments. As I told you, so here for each day, they should complete some homework and almost that. But so here, there's in that case, some students think about this very, very too many and big burden, but I don't think so. Here, these kind of things. So here's I believe that that makes students so keep going their work continuously like that. And the last one is the time difference of a country, so may have some big problems for some students. So very, very stressful. So I just have seen and have heard from the many students like that. But this is what I have to improve that. And so based on this feedback and the result and the transitions, so I have so the following questions. So the question is, what do I have to improve the virtual class in the next semester? So here, first one is how to cope with the case about cheating board exam. So now here, as I told you, so every exam is a take-home exam. So here, there's no way to check who's cheating, who's not. But now here, but I want to find the much better way to prevent just like cheating. The second one is the how to take care of the international students who are in the different time zones. So now here, so when teaching the classes, so many students are having some trouble and stressful for the time difference. But now here's this is what I have to improve and overcome. And the third one is how to make students engage in the class more actively. So honestly, so if we just see each other from the screen, so that makes lose the directions or lose concentration sometimes. And also, so in the class, Facebook class, so we may have some group study and group work, group project like this. However, this is a virtual meeting, virtual class, it is impossible. This is why the engagement so is a little bit lower than before. So now here I try to find some way how to make students engage in the class more actively. And so overall, so getting everything, so I have the following the main question for me. So how to design the class which is almost same as face-to-face. So now here, so I know that honestly, so it is impossible. However, so I really want to make the class which is almost same as the face-to-face class. And so it's cross the relationship with my students. Okay, so this is all. Thank you.